Hey guys, Ken here from the Retro Toys channel in Malaysia. Now, as I covered here previously on the channel, new toy manufacturers JFS Toys have a fresh new line of action figures based off the bad guys from the original 1987 Robocop movie, and this is a series titled The Villains of Old Detroit. A series that's highly anticipated among fans of that classic first movie because to date there's never been a toy manufacturer that's produced action figures in 7-inch scale of the bad guys from the movie. Okay, the bad guys that shot up policeman Alex Murphy and were responsible for the creation of Robocop. So this is the first time that we're getting screen accurate, highly detailed versions of these guys. And prior to this, JFS Toys have revealed the mock-up prototypes of all of the bad guys, okay, all 5 of them in the series. But today, we have the first official look of the painted prototype of one of them, and it's Emil Antonowsky, one of the most cockiest and confident of the bad guys in Clarence Bodica's team. That's right, okay, the cockiest, but certainly the one who also met the most gruesome fate. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? Anyway, these early images give us an indication of just how detailed these action figures are looking to be, as well as the articulation that they'll come with. So we're going to be talking about all that in today's video, so stick around, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and let's get into it, guys. Now we have Emil here looking like he's just stepped straight out of the screen, okay? Right, the detailing here on this figure looks absolutely fantastic. I will say though that although he most certainly has a receding hairline, the amount of hair that I'm seeing here on his head is in fact a lot more than he had in the actual movie, right? I think. But either way, look, I think that the work here is just fantastic. This is the level of work that we're used to seeing from companies like maybe McFarlane or NECA, right? But this is from an all-new company. And I have to say that I'm really impressed with what I'm seeing here. Now, Emil comes with a cigarette in his mouth, okay, because the guy was definitely a smoker in the movie. He was seen lighting up a cigarette when he was just talking to people or threatening to shoot them, and he definitely used that lit cigarette to blow up that whole gas station where Robocop was at, so that Robocop will get blown up too. Okay, you guys remember that? So this cigarette that we see here is not just a prop to dress up your action figure, but it's an important and key accessory piece that can be used to recreate one of the movie's most iconic scenes. Now, the cigarette is definitely a removable piece because we've seen shots of the prototype head that doesn't have it in there. However, it does appear that the sculpt of his lips have a really small opening towards the right that allow you to just park this cigarette in there. Okay, so it's pretty cool. Okay, there's more intricate details here to take note of. And we see that Emil comes with a skull and crossbones earring and a pendant around his neck, just like he had on in the movie. Now, we don't have a full breakdown of the articulation, but we can expect a modern-day level of movement, just like with what NECA, McFarlane, and Hasbro are currently offering. From the image here, we can see that Emil will reasonably come with a ball-jointed neck, ball-jointed shoulders, an elbow bend, a wrist turn, certainly a waist turn, but I'm not really sure yet if he gets a chest joint, right? Now he gets ball-jointed hips, he gets a bend at the knees, possibly an ankle joint as well. I'm not sure though if I like the way that the crotch section here is sculpted. Now a biker type character like this has got me thinking of the Punisher. And on the newer Marvel Legends figures, I like how they have the ball-jointed hips sculpted to connect to the middle and just below the waist. Okay, I like how this whole crotch section here turned out. Not really sure about the one that I'm seeing here with the Emil figure, but I guess this is something that we'll just have to wait and see. Emil in the movie was a pretty short and stocky guy, if I remember, and from this early prototype sculpt, he does seem a bit tall and lanky though. Again, it's best to get this personally in hand to be sure, but what do you guys think? Now, one of the main discussions I've seen from fans is the size of these new Robocop villain figures. They are 1/10 in scale, which makes them about 7 inches in height, meaning that they're taller than the general 6-inch scale of a majority of commercial figures in the market, such as Hasbro's, G.I. Joe Classifieds, the Marvel Legends stuff, all of that stuff. But it is important to note that these figures are meant to scale primarily with the Robocop figures that we already have in the market from NECA, and those figures are 7 inches tall. However, at the same time, the human figures are in fact supposed to be shorter than Robocop himself, right? So, perhaps these new villain figures will not be fully 7 inches in height, I guess we'll find out soon enough. Anyway, I want to hear your thoughts, guys, on the reveal of this new Emil Antonowsky painted prototype from the upcoming Robocop Villains of Old Detroit series from JFS Toys. Hit me up in the comments, let me know what you think, and I'll catch you guys again real soon with more content right here. Take care out there.